when 4 teenagers accidentally run over a bear cub. An enraged grizzly mother will seek her revenge. Will they make it out alive? Can they overpower the bear and leave without a scratch? Keep watching to find out. The movie opens up as Rich goes to pick up Sean, Wes, and Lauren to go on a road trip the night before their graduation as a way to celebrate the end of high school. They get in the car and start driving to Cache Creek. However, Rich comes up with an idea to ditch Cache Creek and take an extra hour drive to Saranac Grotto. Lauren immediately refuses, saying the place has gates for a reason, but ultimately, they all agree. As they approach Saranac Grotto, they run through a sign which reads private property, and a few minutes later, they drive up to the gate. They forcefully open the gate by breaking the lock, and into the grotto they go. They start driving through the roads, speeding and having a laugh, although Lauren is still concerned about being caught where they don't belong. Fooling around and speeding off the limits, the group has a great time, until suddenly they hit something, forcing the car to go off-road into the trees. As the car hits the tree, everyone gets out, only to see that the car has been seriously damaged. Lauren goes back on the road and sees that they've hit a bear cub. The group gathers around the cub, and Wes quickly points out that it's a grizzly cub, meaning there is a really big, angry grizzly mother around. Wes takes off his shirt, deciding to bury the cub, while the rest of the group fights about how they should have stuck with the original plan. As they fight, we hear a roar coming from the distance. Freaked out, the group gets inside the car. They try to start the car, but the car won't start, leaving them stuck. In the meantime, we see the grizzly bear approaching the dead cub and getting enraged. They manage to start the car, but when they try to back out, the wheels get stuck. The bear is slowly coming towards them, but they manage to escape right in time as the car finally frees from the woods and they are off on the road. Lauren suggests they should call someone for help, but quickly gets shut down as they all comment on how they'd get arrested. Suddenly, the engine starts overheating and they are forced to stop. Rich and Wes try to cool down the engine, but they don't have enough water. Since they have no water, Rich and Wes take a few empty bottles and head deeper into the woods to search for water. Rich finally reaches a swamp, and as he is filling the water bottles, he hears a distant roar that startles him, and he starts running back to the car. In the meantime, Wes is still searching for water as he wanders through the woods when he hears the roar as well. Rich ends up hiding behind a tree, holding his breath. After a while, he thinks the coast is clear, and as he turns and leaves the tree, he instantly bumps into the huge bear, and the bear instantly attacks Rich. Wes hears the roars and heads to Rich, but Wes gets attacked as well. An injured Rich crawls to get away, but is dragged and thrown by the bear. Sean and Lauren reach Wes and help him get up, but it's too late for Rich as the bear continues to attack him. Wes, Sean, and Lauren get inside the car, and after struggling to turn it on, they manage to smash that like and subscribe button. Oh, no. They manage to get it going and leave the spot. As they are driving on the edge of a cliff, Wes wants to go back to get Rich. Sean tells him he is already gone, but this sparks a fight, causing Wes to grab the wheel and force Sean to go back. But this only causes them to drive off the cliff and crash the car. They manage to get the car back on the road, but the car is unable to start, so they are left stranded. Sean decides to run to the highway and possibly get a signal there to call for help. With Sean gone, Lauren and Wes sit tight, waiting for him. As Sean is running through the woods, he comes across an abandoned cabin. He goes to the front door and starts knocking, but it appears no one is there. He goes inside and looks around, finding various traps hanging around the cabin. Continues roaming around the cabin, he encounters the enraged bear. Sean hides and tries to stay calm. He carefully looks around for the bear, and when he hears a roar, he runs and hides among the bushes. Hearing the bear is still nearby, he runs again, looking around for the bear. Suddenly, the bear roars behind him, forcing him to run. Sean trips and falls, allowing the bear to get him and toss him to the roof of the cabin, causing him to fall from the roof. In the meantime, Lauren and Wes are inside the car, talking about the loss of Rich when Sean slams into the car with a bad injury to his leg. Wes and Lauren manage to help with his injury, but the pain has left Sean unconscious. Mad with what has happened, Wes goes to get a better reception and possibly get help. Wes climbs a big cliff, hoping the higher he is, the better the reception will be. But as he reaches the top, he still has no reception. As he yells in disbelief, the bear loudly roars from behind the trees. Wes quickly climbs down the cliff and runs towards the car. He tells Lauren to get in the car, as he keeps a lookout for the bear. As the three of them are inside the car hiding, the bear finds them and starts jumping on top of the car and smashing it. The bear turns the car on its side, but luckily everyone makes it out alive. As they get out of the car, the bear is nowhere to be found. That evening, Sean wakes up and tells Wes and Lauren about the cabin and how he saw a bear trap inside it. After an emotional talk, Sean passes away, leaving Wes and Lauren in disbelief and complete sadness. Wes and Lauren took Sean inside the car and headed towards the cabin for the bear trap by pushing the car downhill. When they finally reach the cabin, Lauren goes inside, and when she goes to take off the bear trap, she ends up hurting herself before realizing the bear trap won't work. She heads upstairs to the attic, but when she sees there's nothing there, she heads downstairs. Suddenly, the bear comes through the window, causing Lauren to fall into the bear trap with her back. Lauren manages to pull herself back up and get out of the cabin. As she reaches Wes at the car, the bear follows her. Both of them quickly get inside the car and hide. The bear roams around the car and ends up tearing up the back part and grabbing Sean. Suddenly, Wes comes up with an idea. He pours fuel all over the car and gets on top of it, making loud noises to lure the bear towards the car. The bear follows and gets inside the car, and while Lauren lures it even further, Wes runs and starts a fire from a distance to burn down the car and the bear with it. Lauren gets out of the car and runs to safety moments before the car bursts into flames. Wes tells Lauren to run as he tries to lure the bear away. He runs through the woods, yelling at the bear to distract it as Lauren tries to get to safety. Wes ends up taking off his clothes and leaving them as bait while he climbs up a tree. His bait works, but as he is trying to keep calm, he slips on the tree, which allows the bear to hear him and figure out where he is. Inside the shed, Lauren has found an already made trap for the bear. In the woods, the bear has begun shaking the tree, forcing Wes to fall. He immediately starts running and manages to get to the cabin before the bear gets him. As the bear roams outside the cabin, Lauren lures it inside the shed. When the bear is inside, Lauren climbs to the attic and jumps on a rope, which allows her to close the door of the shed, trapping the bear inside it. As Wes finds Lauren, they both hug in disbelief that they made it out alive. As they walk away from the shed, holding hands, the bear manages to break through the door and goes after them. Both of them start running, but Wes trips and falls. As the bear gets closer, he tells Lauren to go on without him. Reluctant, Lauren wants to help Wes, and she won't leave him alone. Ultimately, the bear reaches them and ends up attacking both of them, as the movie concludes. Subscribe for more videos like this, and turn on the notifications so you never miss any of them.